a historic coaching inn on Bodmin Moor in Cornwall that is renowned for its association with smuggling and its reputation as a famously haunted location. Welcome to Jamaica Inn.
Yeah, what a place, guys. What a place.
Built in the 1700s, it's been the subject of numerous ghost stories and paranormal investigations.
So this is it's like stepping back in time, you know, like a couple hundred years or so.
Originally built as a staging post for changing horses on the turnpike road between Bodmin and Launceston, it served travellers and became a landmark on Bodmin Moor.
Here she is.
The inn gained further fame after Daphne du Maurier used it as a setting for her 1936 novel Jamaica Inn, further embellishing its history with tales of smugglers and dark secrets.
Have you ever had any ghostly goings on, or?
I've heard like a few whispers and stuff.
Have you?
Yeah.
Guests and staff have reported hearing phantom footsteps, the sound of horses' hooves and carriage wheels in the courtyard. Also, conversations in a foreign language, possibly Old Cornish. There are accounts of a man in a tricorn hat and cloak, a young smuggler from the 1700s seen near the car park and museum, and a malevolent presence known as the Smuggler in the bar area. Various areas of the inn, including the Smuggler's Bar, Stable Bar and certain bedrooms, have been identified as hotspots for paranormal activity. Join me as I spend the night at this world famous inn. We'll take a deep dive into the history of this iconic building and take a look into the hauntings that have put this place on the map. Who knows, we may just stumble across a spirit or two ourselves, and I don't mean rum or whiskey.
What is going on? I made it. It's been a hell of a long day. We are at the Jamaica Inn, Cornwall, Bolventer. I never thought I was going to see this place today, but we are here. We are here. I just paid a ton of money for a taxi from Bodmin Parkway to get here. It's pretty far out. We're in the middle of Bodmin Moor, guys. I'll go check in and we'll take a look around the place, eh? Yeah. I'm proper buzzing. It's been a hard day, but like, nothing worth doing is easy, as I say, so the hardships are worth it. Right, we're gonna get back soon, guys. See you in a bit. So the weather has taken a turn for the worse out here. Look at the mist rolling in off them moors. Damn. Right, let's go check in, man. It's getting a little cold out here. Let's do this. This is the Peddler's Restaurant. It's a farm shop. I'm not sure where the main entrance is. The taxi driver just dropped me off here and I just chilled outside for a bit. But I'm feeling the vibe of this place. Wow. Well, I'm sort of seeing, you know, like the views of, sorry, get out of the way, the views of the place, what I recognise from, you know, all the videos, TV and that. Are we ready? Yeah, I'm here, proper excited. Smuggler's Bar. I'll have to go find where I'll check in, but yeah. Do you know when you finally come somewhere you wanted to come to for a lot of years? Hotel reception. And the mist rolling in is like kind of very fitting, very fitting. I don't know if it's just me, but there's a certain vibe in the air on this place. Mist is rolling up the hill. You can see mist rolling over the top of that roof. Man, there's definitely horror film vibes to this place, and it is incredible. I'm really buzzing to be here. I hope you can tell. And it has been a long day to get here, a hell of a long day. And at one point I didn't think I'd make it, but well, do you know, I'm here. And yes, so we'll work with this. This is the start of the trip. And yeah, what a place to start. Sorry, what a place to start. Yeah, what a place, guys. What a place. Just buzzing that I made it. It's been a long way to come. The village in itself, Bolvinter, it's a nice place and very mysterious. Once upon a time this place would have just been isolated on the moors.
Jamaica Inn, 1777 onwards. Jamaica Inn, located on Cornwall's remote Bodmin Moor, was built in 1777 as a coaching inn, providing shelter for travellers crossing the windswept moors and linking the towns of Launceston and Bodmin. In fact, the inn is exactly halfway between the two. The inn was built by John Broad, a Cornish sea captain. The new inn was required to provide a change of horses and refreshments for travellers on horseback, public coaches or commercial wagons making the arduous trip over the moor. It was almost certainly the construction of Jamaica Inn that persuaded the Royal Mail to send its dispatch riders, known as purse boys, over the more direct Bodmin Moor Road on the route between Exeter and Falmouth, rather than using the previously established longer route north of Bodmin that avoided the travails of the moor. 2 generations of the Broad family ran Jamaica Inn for about 40 years or more. The success that they made of it ensured that the road over Bodmin Moor became firmly established as a new principal route linking Exeter and the more important port of Falmouth. The port had long held the contract for shipping the International Royal Mail to and from countries along the Atlantic seaboards of the Americas and Southern Europe. Royal Mail coaches were introduced on the Bodmin Moor route in 1799. At the height of the coaching era, Jamaica Inn was known to keep a stock of 30 horses and employ 3 ostlers. During the 1830s and 40s, the owners of the moors around Jamaica Inn promoted the creation of moor enclosures and the implementation of soil improvement schemes to convert wild moorland into productive farmland. A new farming community emerged centred around Jamaica Inn, where new houses, a church and a school were erected to create the hamlet now known as Bolvinter. However, this development coincided with the beginning of the railway age, which would see the Royal Mail shipping contract move from Falmouth to Southampton and greatly reduce the traffic crossing Bodmin Moor. The last Royal Mail coach called at Jamaica Inn in 1851, after which the inn entered a long period of decline and neglect. Salvation eventually came with the emergence of motor vehicles, which in the 1920s and 30s brought a resurgence in traffic crossing Bodmin Moor and of visitors to Jamaica Inn. These visitors included the budding novelist Daphne du Maurier. The success of their book, based on the inn, and of the subsequent film directed by Alfred Hitchcock could not be exploited immediately because of the interruption of the Second World War. However, from the late 1940s, successive owners progressively developed Jamaica Inn into the increasingly successful hotel and tourist attraction it has become today.
We're gonna go into the Jamaica Inn, we're gonna go into the Smuggler's Bar, and we're gonna have a drink here, see what it's all about. So yeah, let's do this. Are you alright to be on camera?
Yeah.
Have you ever had any ghostly goings on, or?
I've heard like a few whispers and stuff.
Have you?
Yeah. And there'd be like drinks knocked off tables.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel like scared working here, or is it fairly alright?
It's alright, but sometimes that you can sort of, you can hear the ghost.
Yeah.
It's actually
Would you be like scared being in here by yourself on a night, sort of thing?
yeah, probably.
It's a very old building, isn't it?
Yeah, they used it back in the 1700s.
Yeah.
The smugglers.
Yeah. I was just looking at this. They were called wreckers, and they would signal ships into the rocks for them to wreck on the rocks, and then just basically rob the ship and like everything that came off it. So they're like the wreckers. People are trying to come in there off the ship. Look, he's beating him up. He's like beating up anyone that survives, and then he just take all the riches.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking and that. And if you have any time later on, if you see me about and like, if you're willing to just come for a bit of a chat about the place, or yeah. What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph. Okay, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I've just seen something cool up here. Just because you haven't seen a ghost does not mean a ghost has never seen you. I can very much agree with that. This place is spooky, but as much as a believer as I am, I believe a lot of old buildings are spooky. A lot of pictures and that. Historic. People might think that's a nice painting, but the actual, like, what it's about is dark as hell, I'm telling you now. I've just come to this chapter in the novel of what Joss Merrilin used to do in his day, was being a wrecker. It's gnarly stuff that used to go on. I'm not saying it's really linked to this place, it is in the novel, but smugglers were probably known to frequent this place and that, so...
Smuggling history. Cornwall has been very aptly described as the haven of smugglers. In view of its topographic features of rocky curves, sheltered bays, tumultuous waves and wild and unattended landscapes. The inn became a smuggler's stopping point while they used approximately 100 secret routes to move around their contraband. The Cornish coast was the most popular location for smuggling of silks, tea, tobacco and brandy into England, and operated from locations such as Polperro on the south coast and Boscastle. Trebarwith and Tintagel on the north coast, as this coastline was not well covered by the law enforcing authorities. Many of the smugglers stored their contraband in the isolated location of the Jamaica Inn. It's also said that even the judges were fairly lenient towards the smugglers, probably due to their receiving some of the smuggled goods. According to narrated story, gangs of wreckers operated on the coast of Cornwall during the early 19th century. The wreckers ensnared ships to this coastline by tricking them with use of lights which they purposefully installed on shores of the coast. Once the ships crashed onto the rocky coastline, they were looted by the wreckers. While such endeavours have been depicted in many stories and legends, there is no clear evidence that this ever happened. So this is going to be my first proper ghost hunt, and I have actually come equipped for the job a bit. So we'll see what happens tonight. But I think there's something. I think there's something in a lot of places. I think spirits everywhere in every town, on most streets. From my experience of growing up and that, and the stuff I've seen growing up in a house I grew up in, I've seen something in the house one of my best mates grew up in. On my travels and that, I've seen stuff which, yeah, I know some people don't believe and never will, but I will never not believe from the stuff I've seen and witnessed. So it's one of them, innit? Yeah, we'll see what happens here tonight. Well, I'm excited, and what a beautiful place. Staff are very welcoming, very polite. I'll stop filming for now, enjoy my pint, and see you soon. Joseph?
Yes.
How long have you worked here at the Jamaica?
Not very long, like a month and a half-ish.
Nice to work here and that? And
yeah, it's quite nice.
So did you hear any stories before you started working here of hauntings or ghosts?
They do paranormal nights here.
Yeah, so when do they happen?
I think it's nearer to Halloween.
Yeah, so it's not too regular, it's every now and then. Yeah. And I first knew about the place myself from, have you ever heard of Most Haunted? I know Most Haunted have been here, haven't they?
Yeah.
So have you heard any stories from the staff or
It's usually the customers.
Really?
Yeah. There was a guy called Jack. I know that no one knows his last name or nothing, but I know he killed a bunch of people or something in the bar.
Oh, right, and he's meant to be the ghost.
Yeah. There's also another thing. It's room 13, or one of the rooms is haunted because a girl was trapped in there.
Right.
Yeah. It's just all that kind of stuff.
Have you heard anyone closing up the bar at night and any stories of something happening or?
Usually it gets quite dark. Well, the closing shifts, doesn't it? So
yeah.
Some people say that they see weird stuff. That much because it's dark.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
I don't know.
I do believe in ghosts and the paranormal, and I've seen ghosts. I saw ghosts growing up as a kid, and a house that I grew up in, I saw an old lady in my parents' room. I only saw her once, but it was enough for me to be
Yeah.
And then a house at one of my best friend's house, not far from the house I grew up in. I saw a ghost in his house one night, and once I went and explained to my friend and that, he said, oh, and the place I saw it, he said, oh, we've all seen it. And then after that, I saw it again, and another one of my friends have seen it. So multiple people saw this ghost in the same place at different times and could all explain it, and it's there is really something there. And it scared the hell out of me for kind of a long time. And
yeah,
sorry, friend. But yeah. So I do have a deep interest in it, and
yeah.
But as much as I believe, it's like, I'm also trying to be like, you know, skeptical, where it's like, it's a very historic building. When you come in here, anywhere else in the world you are, or in the towns and the cities, there's not buildings like this anymore.
Yeah,
So this is really, you can tell it's hundreds of years old.
Yeah, they use this in like the 1700s, like Dick
Yeah,
Turpin.
Dick Turpin, Highwayman, and like, but yeah, it was built in 1776, I think, which is a hell of a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, these buildings just tend to have a vibe about them anyway. But at the same time, they say it's sort of the walls are stone, and that kind of records time.
Yeah.
So the ghosts that we see or hear, or that can do things, it can be a replay on time.
Yeah.
The walls are replaying what has happened within them. But then other times it's like you kind of get intelligence to it. If something can knock a glass off a table, that's not just time replaying, is it?
Yeah.
It's an intelligence to the haunting. I'm actually doing quite well with my speaking then, because I don't usually cover hauntings, but your friend should come over and say hello. Come on. Come on, I keep seeing you walk by. Do you want to be on YouTube?
I think you might be gone.
Oh, she's gone. But no, thank you very much, Joseph.
It's alright.
But what time are you working till then?
I'm there till 9.
When you close up in here, it's sort of locked up and someone has to turn the lights off and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I always wonder about last person that does that, is like, do they ever get that feeling as they're leaving the door that someone's following them, or?
Yeah, I know I would. It's that thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not really, it's like you're not scared of the dark. You're scared of what's like in the dark.
Yeah, that's very true. I guess I'm someone that enjoys to be slightly scared in situations, and hence coming and staying in haunted places.
Yeah.
With a Ouija board and looking for ghosts.
Yeah.
But no, thank you very much, mate. And
Yes,
Joseph, you're a legend.
Thank you.
Here she is. Daphne du Maurier's Jamaica Inn. In 1930, young author Daphne du Maurier arrived at the inn on a cold and eerie night. The following day, when out riding with a friend, Daphne and her friend got lost as a mist appeared across the remote moors. As it got dark, they saved themselves by dismounting their horses to see if they would lead them back to the inn, which thankfully they did. However, this wasn't such an amazing feat as others had made it out to be. The reason why the horses led them back to the inn was because the horses were from the inn stables. It also was not the first time Daphne stayed at the inn. She had stayed there beforehand, but getting lost on the rugged and misty moors no doubt helped her find inspiration for her novel. As Daphne stayed for a few more nights to recover, she took the time to learn about the inn. She became more and more inspired as she discovered the intriguing and mysterious history of the place, which inspired her to pen the novel Jamaica Inn. The inn is also the setting for the novel. First published in 1936, the story follows a young woman named Mary Ellen who moves to the Jamaica Inn to stay with her Aunt Patience and Uncle Joss. But soon after arriving, she discovers that the inn is an unsavoury place and that Uncle Joss is linked with a group of suspicious men who appear to be smugglers. You can easily understand how the Jamaica Inn inspired her. The story has been adapted many times over the years as well, most notably into a BBC miniseries in 2024 and the 1939 film adaptation directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Naturally, many fans of her book come to stay at the Jamaica Inn, especially as there's even a recreation of her old room in the Smugglers Museum.
Can literally like picture that being like, say up there, like Mary Ellen's window, that open window. In the night, she will hear the trample of hoofs on the cobbles. She will hear the wagons coming in to unload the contraband or get rid of contraband. So this is like, it's like stepping back in time, you know, like a couple 100 years or so. We love this. Very much kind of what I just described outside. So this would be, you know, the smugglers in the night unloading or loading contraband. Mary Ellen could be up in one of these rooms, what I just pointed out, you know, looking down and trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, very good, beautifully painted, love it, very good. So yeah, all in all, a very beautiful place in Jamaica. Let's just walk back outside just to see like the fog rolling in, and yeah, atmospheric as hell. So atmospheric. What a place, eh? What a place. Good start to the trip. Cheers. Right, I think I'm gonna have a wander back to my room, change GoPro batteries and head back out. Just off back to my room, say change your battery, get the EMF.
So I've just got the EMF detector out for the first time. No spikes, yeah, no spikes. There's no reading there, you know what I mean? There's nothing, nothing playing up or coming or going. So yeah, nothing. We'll find a good spot where I can sort of ask some questions, see if I can provoke any spirits. Got Ouija board in my bag as well. Don't necessarily believe in a Ouija board, but it's an interesting tool that scares the out of some people. It doesn't scare all out of me, like, so we'll give it a go for a bit of fun, eh? Yeah, Jamaica Inn, baby. So yeah, let's do this. Bit of ghost hunting. First time on the channel. We've seen ghosts, seen a ghost or two on the channel, but yeah, this time we're looking for them. We're looking for them. So yeah. Let's get out there again, leave the room behind, and yeah. Right guys, in a bit.
The Hauntings of Jamaica Inn. With such a rich history of smugglers and gangs, it's really no surprise that Jamaica Inn is haunted. The TV show, Most Haunted, famously visited in 2004 and said it was one of the spookiest episodes they ever recorded. Previous managers of the inn have reported conversations spoken in a foreign tongue, perhaps Old Cornish, and sometimes on moonlit nights the echo of horses' hooves and wheels turning on cobbles can be heard in the courtyard. One of the famous stories happened in the 1700s when a young smuggler was drinking ale inside the inn. He was called outside only to never return. His body was found on the moor the following day. His ghost was first spotted all the way back in 1911, sitting on the wall outside of the inn. Jack, as the staff affectionately call him, is usually seen lurking around the car park, within the museum and along the corridor between rooms 5 and 6. Another frequent ghost in the inn is a man dressed in a tricorn hat and a long green coat, who is spotted walking through locked doors and appearing in random bedrooms. Around the inn, people have reported odd activity, like mobile phones being switched on of their own accord and unexplained text messages being sent and received, as well as feelings of nausea, headaches and a general sense of uneasiness.
We are now going to find the ghost of the Jamaica Inn. Let's do this. I think I just go back to the bar, see if I can get another pint. See if I can get somewhere where I can talk. Whoa. So guys, it's about 20 to 10 at night. I'm gonna start kind of my ghost hunt quietly. I did a baseline of the EMF detector in my room. I've got like, do you know, a baseline where there's nothing. I tried it in the bar though. I tried it in the bar near the pumps, and it's getting a lot of readings, which is to do with the electronics basically. It's nothing paranormal. It's not ghost stood at the bar or anything like that. It's basically what I'm trying to say is you need to find somewhere where you've got a baseline. And I'm hoping actually sat out here could be a good place to start. I'm gonna try just get a base reading in front of me. Leave it like that for a while. What we are gonna be looking for is that doing nothing as I say nothing. I'm gonna watch that for a while. It shouldn't spike. It shouldn't do anything. Our resident black cat's just come back. Right, this EMF isn't spiking because I'm not talking. But an important. Hello, hi. I saw you earlier. Hi. Black cats are good luck. They're not bad luck. You're a nice cat. Are you the Jamaica Inn cat? Are you the Jamaica Inn cat? You're a nice cat. I don't know whether to do this seance here. I feel I've got too many people watching. I feel embarrassed. Right guys, I'm gonna get set up for a little seance in here if I can. Far bar closes and that, but like, figure it's a good spot on it. Right. Sit down. Let's be at peace. Let's feel the atmosphere of this place. Let's do a seance with this EMF detector. So the EMF detector is on baseline, there's nothing happening, there's no spike or nothing. Which I think it'll maybe stay that way. But we'll see. So this place is a very historic building. It was very much like a stop off, like a coaching inn, you know. So a lot of people came and went here, vagabonds, men of the night. There are a lot of honest people too, I imagine, but a lot of people came and went, week by week, day by day. Was there any smuggling that ever went on here? Give me a spike, make them lights go up if you can. If you can make them lights light up, you go for it. If you let me know you're here. If anyone wants to talk or tell their story of what this place once meant, well, I'm here. I'm here for you to talk to. Now's your time. Any smugglers, any highwaymen, just any honest men, anyone that was to do with building this place. It's a beautiful building. Beautiful building. Any wreckers here? That painting up there. I know about the history of what people used to do, wrecking them ships. It's very dark, very dark. It's very dark out on the moors. Did anyone find salvation in this place? Lost on the moors one night? We're getting a complete non-spike. Non-spike, there's no activity at the moment. Every now and then though, you try hard enough, are you in the right place, it will go mad to asking the right questions or saying the wrong or right things. Nothing's happening, there's no one here. Some of the photos in here, very historic ones, but some ghostly ones. I think playing into that this place is haunted.
I'm not sure. I'm not so sure myself. It could just be stories. Gonna play on things, play on legends and history to get people to come here. Ghosts, well, are they really real? Are they real? Come show me if you are, because I'm not really scared of them. Or I'd like to meet a ghost. I'd like to meet a smuggler or a highwayman or just a man who resides in this building, or woman. My name's James Barker. My name is James Barker, and I'm here for 2 nights, and I'm in room 24. So, pay me a visit. It's now, guys, there's nothing. The haunted rooms. Room 6. In this room, guests have reported hearing a loft-hatched door in the bathroom open in the middle of the night. When they got up to investigate, they found the spirit of a man standing in the bathtub. Paranormal investigators and cleaners at the hotel have opened the wardrobe in this room to find a large man's handprint on a blanket stored inside. Room 5. Despite being one of the most famous rooms said to be haunted at the Jamaica Inn, the story of a ghost called Hannah haunting room 5 actually isn't real. People have claimed to spot the ghost of a little girl in this room, standing at the sides and the foot of their beds. Wet footprints have also been spotted leading towards the wardrobe from where the bathroom used to be. The story is so well known that to this day, people who stay in the room leave behind gifts and letters for the child. However, this is just one ghost story that has taken on a life of its own and has gotten out of hand. After researching the claims, Karen Bezin, who is part of the Jamaica Inn Paranormal team, has revealed that this room is in fact not haunted. It's believed that this originated from the story of Mary Downing, who had a bastard son with the inn's landlord, Thomas Dunn, in 1834. He was a married man and would often walk along the corridors of the inn with his wife Annabella and their children, but it's unknown whether the child was conceived via a great love affair or Thomas just making promises of wedlock to get his wicked way with Mary. Room 3. Instead, the hauntings related to Mary Downing may be related to room 3. Many guests have reported hearing a weeping woman in this room, and female guests in particular feel great sadness when in room 3. During a private investigation, the sounds of a baby crying in rooms 3 and 7 were heard. And in 2018, a lady staying in room 3 heard a baby crying non-stop from 5 AM and couldn't sleep because of it. Other members of the investigation heard nothing, and after checking at the reception the next morning, it was concluded that no babies had stayed at the Jamaica Inn that night. People have often reported that in rooms 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, they've all heard knocking on the bedroom door with no one on the other side. In 1959, the inn actually was put back on the market by its owner at the time, after it was deemed too spooky to stay in. The manager, Herbert Gross, and his wife wanted to move to a less spooky place. The owner, Stanley Thomas, didn't want to continue running the inn without Herbert and went on to sell the Jamaica Inn to William Palmer in 1962.
So guys, we're gonna leave the bar behind for now. We're gonna go outside into the night.
I can see how it's a great setting for all the ghost stories. It's haunting out here, it's spooky and that, but
Saw a little orb then. Saw a little orb then. I'm back in my room at Jamaica Inn. Lovely room. It's been a long day, but I've buzzed. I've buzzed since I've got here. Can you see me? Yeah, so all in all, I'm feeling pretty good about the trip ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna settle in for the night now. I might do some paranormal experiments, but yeah, I'm pretty tired. It is 23:26. So I might wait till midnight and do a little EMF sesh or something. For now, I'm gonna settle into my room for the first time tonight. And yeah, I'll get back soon, guys. So I opened this séance as my name is James Barker, and I reach out to the spirits of the Jamaica Inn. Anyone, man, woman, who has ever resided here that would wish to speak tonight with me, please make yourself be known. Go to that light and make it pulse. Spike of energy. I know there's someone here. I know there's someone here. I'm here to be your friend or your messenger. If you've got something to say, something that needs to be said, this is your place to come to tonight. Come to the light. Don't be afraid of me, and I won't be afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you, and I don't mean that in a mocking way. I mean that in I thought I like had a breath, half breath, but like a bit of a like. That was like actually quite freaky. That was a bit weird. I feel like kind of uneasy. But is there anyone here? Because I thought I maybe heard you breathe or growl. I'm a friendly person that's come to stay in. I'm interested in the history of this place, and could you make that light in front of you, in front of me, what I'm looking at? Is there anyone here? I'm not sure there is. This is not an original part of the building, but I've been all around and I am a guest at this inn. I think you've maybe already seen me with my camera filming. Is there anyone here? The mirror as well. Use the mirror. I believe there's someone here. Use my energy. Use my energy. Use the camera. Use the camera's energy. I think you can do this. I think you can do this. Is there anyone here that will wish to speak? Any stories to be told? Heard there's some ghosts in some of this place. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Is it all just stories? Or is there actually anyone here? If there's anyone here, you should show me, because I'm here to document it. If you want to show that you're here.
Around this time, I started to get some activity with the EMF detector.
Is there anyone here that would wish to speak with me tonight? Come close to me and make that light up. I'm a very loving person, and you could be a bad spirit or a good spirit. I'm here for whoever. I'm not afraid of any bad spirits either, so if you want to come have a chat, come have a chat. Yeah. So I hear this place was, it's been an historic place, built in 1775 to 1776. I'm a builder, I built buildings in 2025, so we're a lot of years, a lot of centuries apart. I can relate to you boys. Are you boys that came drinking in this place, or the travellers? I'm travelling. I've come a long way. I've travelled a long way today. We now travel on trains. You might have, some of you probably know the trains. I'm from Yorkshire. I'm down in Cornwall. Looking for it. But getting some spikes then on the I'm from Yorkshire. Don't mean anything to anyone. Is there anyone here? I know. Come in. Yeah, come in. Is there anyone here? I've travelled a long way. It's been like a long day. I'm just ready to settle my head down. Slight green spike there. Tired. It's been a long day. 9 hours. 9 hours I've been on the road. Big spike there. 9 hours on the road. And then I had to pay. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone here. This is a new part of the building there, you can tell. Right, so guys, I'm going to call that a wrap on tonight. I'm pretty much done. It's nearly midnight, and yeah, everything's dead. Everything needs recharging, including myself. We're going to go to bed. So if this is the last I film tonight, it's been a long journey today. But we're at Jamaica Inn. If that's it for tonight, guys, good night.
And that wraps up my visit to the legendary Jamaica Inn. Steeped in history and full of atmosphere, it's easy to see why this place has captured imaginations for generations. Although I didn't experience a huge amount of paranormal activity, I did manage to capture a couple of intriguing orbs on camera. And I had some interesting activity with the EMF detector. All in all, it was an incredible experience, exploring the inn and learning about its dark and mysterious past. I'd absolutely love to come back sometime in the near future to see if the spirits are feeling more talkative.